Kevin Durant sat down with the Wall Street Journal, in particular a gentleman by the name of J.R. Moehringer. He talked about his two-a-day recovery sessions from his Achilles injury, but the real story lied in what he had to say about the Golden State Warriors. There were some damning quotes, to say the least. Once again, this was from the Wall Street Journal. KD on joining the Brooklyn Nets. He said, the Nets offered the opportunity to join his, quote, best friend in the league, Kyrie Irving, unquote. Continuing with the piece, he talked about not feeling like one of the Warriors. Kevin said, quote, I came in there wanting to be part of a group, wanting to be part of a family, and definitely felt accepted. Also, quote, I'll never be one of those guys. I didn't get drafted there. Steph Curry, obviously drafted there. Andre Iguodala, won the first finals, first championship. Klay Thompson, drafted there. Draymond Green, drafted there. And the rest of the guys kind of rehabilitated their careers there. So me, bleep, how are you going to rehabilitate me? Question mark. What you going to teach me? Question mark. How can you alter anything in my basketball life? Question mark. I got an MVP already. I got scoring titles. Unquote. Going back to the article, he says, quote, some days I hate the circus of the NBA. Some days I hate that the players let the NBA business, the fame that comes with the business, alter their minds about the game. Unquote. Apparently KD is a savant that is much more enlightened than any player in the league that doesn't reap the benefits of the NBA business and the media blitz that comes with it. A person that obviously gains from this media circus and this constant media turnout. Okay, KD. Going back to the article, KD said, quote, as time went on, he says, I started to realize I'm just different from the rest of the guys. It's not a bad thing, just my circumstances and how I came up in the league. And on top of that, the media always looked at it like KD and the Warriors. So it's like nobody could get a full acceptance of me there, unquote. Breaking news, KD, the top player always gets the billing over the team. Before you were there, it was Steph Curry and the Warriors. LeBron, on every team, it's LeBron James and the Cavaliers, LeBron James and the Miami Heat, LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. Top player always gets the billing. Doesn't mean you're not part of the team. You may feel that way, but that's more so overthinking, in my opinion. But he's entitled to his opinion. Now, moving on, KD talked about the motion offense the Golden State Warriors ran and how he felt it was not conducive to winning later in the playoffs. From KD, quote, the motion offense we run in the Golden State, it only works to a certain point. He says, we can totally rely on only our system for maybe the first 2 rounds. Then, the next 2 rounds, we're going to have to mix in individual play. We've got to throw teams off because they're smarter in that round of playoffs. So now I had to dive into my bag deep to create stuff on my own, off the dribble, ISOs, pick and rolls, more so than let the offense create my points for me, unquote. Interesting comments by Kevin Durant on the Wall Street Journal. Interesting in the point that he played with a ISO player, a ball dominant point guard, and at the end of the day, they didn't win any championships. They didn't win any big games. Interesting enough, he went to the Warriors for that exact reason. He got tired of playing iso ball and hero ball with Russell Westbrook, so he wanted to play with a team that had some structure and a system that will make his game flourish and play winning basketball at the end of the day. So he went to the Warriors. We thought they had some great success, obviously, winning 2 out of the 3 titles, and the one they lost, he was injured in. At the end of the day, he's going to the Nets, where he has another ISO player, Kyrie Irving. We'll see how that works out. Moving on, KD reflected on his feelings towards his tenure with the Golden State Warriors. He said his tenure in the Bay Area was great, but because of media speculation, fan anxiety, quote, it didn't feel as great as it could have been, unquote. Now, Stephen A. Smith reported earlier this week that KD was, quote, not feeling Steve Kerr.
KD's relationship with Steve Kerr was not good. And I'm not saying that Steve Kerr did anything. I'm not saying that there was some fallout or anything that happened. From what I was told, KD was not feeling Steve Kerr at all. At all. And to the point where that's why you saw Bob Myers around him. That's why you see his guy, Rich Kleiman, around him. That's why you saw other players. For some reason, the relationship that Steve Kerr, one of the nicest guys you could ever meet, obviously a champion personified, knows his basketball, qualified, Hall of Fame as far as I'm concerned with everything that he's accomplished, you would think that a great coach like Steve Kerr has proven to be would have cultivated a better relationship with Kevin Durant.
Take that for what it is. I can only say from a distance that Steve Kerr seems like the nicest and most fun coach to play with. The offense is free-flowing. They feed the hot hand. If Clay is going off, they will force feed Clay, KD, Steph Curry, and vice versa. It seems as if he relates to the players, but not so much for KD. KD on people continuously asking or wondering if he's happy. KD said, quote, people are always like, are you happy? Question mark. It's like, yo, what the bleep does that mean right now? That was the whole thing this year. Is KD happy where he is? Unquote. Following this article coming out, Steph Curry went on the jump and talked to Rachel Nichols.
There's so many narratives that go on, especially when you're at the top of the league. But at the end of the day, I think he knows, what we were about as teammates, what we were about as friends on and off the court, whatever he, needed to do to make that decision, and however he wants to explain that, that's what's going to happen.
Steph Curry responded to KD's claim that the motion offense was not effective in the later portions of the playoffs. Listen here.
Well, I don't even care what plays we ran. We won 2 championships. We talked a lot about it throughout the 3-year run. The word sacrifice in terms of, playing a little bit differently than we all had been accustomed to over the years. We all want to play iso ball at the end of the day, at some way, shape, or form. But I'd rather have some championships too.
A little bit of shade thrown KD's way at the end right there. In full context, Steph did not say this in any demeaning or critical way to Kevin Durant, as some media outlets would like you to believe. Steph Curry was fully complimentary of Kevin Durant and his decision to join the Brooklyn Nets. Questions still loom on whether Kevin Durant will come back the same player, will regress. It's only to be seen, but all I know is no player in basketball has come back from an Achilles injury. The good thing is he's not close to 300 pounds like a DeMarcus Cousins, and he's not close to 40 like a Kobe Bryant. So Kevin Durant will be the litmus test. Another thing to consider is it occurred in his right Achilles, which is his non-plant or takeoff leg. In terms of explosiveness, he should be fine with that, but only time will tell. Now, what do you guys think? Should KD be more grateful for his time in Golden State? Do you think he'll return the same? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Until next time, Vanguardist signing out.